Hey guys, today we're going to be working on a 2012 Dodge Ram 3500. We're going to be changing the rear axle hub seal. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you need to change the rear axle hub seal. I'm also going to show you a how-to on how to actually change the axle hub seal, the rear axle hub seal. So right now I just removed the tires and I'm about to show y'all what a leaking rear axle hub seal looks like. Alright, so here are the tires. I just removed them off the hub itself. And the rear axle hub seal is on the driver's side right now. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's leaking. It normally leaks from the back. I don't know if y'all can see, but there is a bunch. See where it's dry right here? See where it's dry and this is wet? That's the brake caliper. But see all this like mud looking stuff? That's actually oil dripping out and it's on dirt and looks really bad. But that's what a rear axle hub that is leaking looks like. So we're gonna change the seal on that and get this puppy going. So right now I just need to grab me a screwdriver. I need a flathead screwdriver. If I can find one. Alright, that's a flathead, that'll work. So I'm gonna have to remove all these bolts right here, which then will release this ring, which then after I release that ring and pull that ring off, I'll be able to remove the entire axle. It'll slide right out of here. This is like a retainer for the axle itself. There's actually you take this off, then there will be a C-clip. After the C-clip, there'll be an axle nut, and then after the axle nut, you pull the axle nut off, and you'll be able to slide this whole entire axle out. I'm gonna rest the axle that way, and I'm gonna pull this whole entire hub assembly off. Okay guys, so right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove these bolts. Also, when you remove this, just make sure to know that there's going to be oil coming out, so get your drain pan ready, because the oil is going to spill everywhere. So, my DeWalt just died, and I'm gonna go put it on the charger real fast. So, since my DeWalt died, I'm gonna have to do this by hand. But I only have 3 left, so it's all good. Once you get all those bolts out, you should be able to remove the entire rear axle like this. Bam! Remove the entire axle shaft. Now we're going to set this right here. Once you remove the entire rear axle shaft, I'm going to show you what you're going to see after that. You're going to see that there is a C-clip right here. Once you remove that C-clip, you'll be able to remove this axle nut, which is not really an axle nut, but all it does, it holds this hub assembly onto the axle itself, or the outer part of the axle, because the true axle is right there. But we remove the hub assembly off. Well, first we got to remove that brake caliper. Once we remove the brake caliper, we will be able to remove the hub. But first we got to start with the snap ring. This thing will never come off if you don't pull out the dowel pin or the key, whatever you want to call it, the little key. I got to pull this little key out, and then after you pull that key out, then this axle nut will come off. So the reason I got the screwdriver is to be able to take the snap ring off, and I'm going to take the snap ring off. As it comes off as easy as that. Get the little snap ring off, put it there to the side. Make sure you don't lose it because you need it. Once you do that, you gotta take your axle nut off. Right after your axle nut comes the whole hub assembly. But first, you need to get a punch or a screwdriver like this, and we're gonna tap it to break it loose. So guys, I was not able to find a hammer to save my life, so I got this pipe right here, and this is gonna be my new hammer for now. And I'm gonna maybe I need a hammer. Let me take this caliper off right now, and then we'll get this axle nut off in a second. So right now I'm going to pull the little pin out. Once you pull it out, it's going to look like this. Focus. Focus. It's going to look like this. And I'm going to set that aside. And now I'll be able to take the axle nut off. Alright, I just got the axle nut broke free, and now we're just going to spin it off. Axle nut is now off. Now we should be able to take off this whole hub, but I gotta take that brake caliper off first. So I just removed the bolts off of the caliper, and now the caliper should be loose. It's a little tight, but it'll come off. And then I rigged up some little hangers out of some aluminum, and I'm gonna use it to hang it onto these leaf springs. That way it doesn't break the line. So I managed to pull off the brake caliper. I hung it, and I pulled off the hub, which is right there. As you can see, the seal is in there, and there's also a bearing. That's the rear bearing, and this is the front hub bearing. And apparently I need both bearings as well because these have too much play. And that's the seal that was leaking. You can see it was leaking everywhere. It was leaking all over this. I already started cleaning this stuff up. It was leaking really bad, and it's all gunky. This is where the bearing race runs right there, the inner race. That looks alright though. Other than that, I'll keep you informed. I managed to pull out the seal, the rear axle oil seal, and you can see where it was leaking. It's all nasty. Very nasty. Well, good thing I got that new, but I'm gonna have to go back to O'Reilly's and get two bearings for it. An outer bearing and inner bearing and an outer bearing. So I just got back from O'Reilly's, and I just went and picked up a new set of bearings because I didn't like how those felt. They felt a little sloppy to me. So I bought some new bearings, and now we're gonna go put them on, and I'll get back with y'all once it's all put back together. So I installed the new rear bearing, and now we're about to put the new seal in, but I gotta get me a board or something so that I can press it in evenly. And then once I do that, we can put the hub back on and put the front bearing. And once we put the front bearing in, we can put it back on this hub right here and put the axle nut on and everything else. So I put the rear bearing in. I forgot to take off the old race, so I had to take everything back off and put the bearing back on, and the race and the seal and everything. I also put the front bearing in. So now we're gonna install the axle
the axle itself back in, and then we should be wrapping things up. So right now we're about to install the axle. Well, first we need to put some RTV on this. Back on, and now we install the axle. Grab the axle, slide it back in. Push it on, and now we're gonna start the bolt back in. I got the axle line. Now I'm going to go get the impact and tighten it. We just put on the brake caliper, and now all we gotta do is put on the wheels and we're done. Because everything is complete, we can let it down now. The truck is complete. And the truck is complete.
I hope y'all found that video nice and helpful, and like always guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a thumbs up, and make sure to turn on that post notification bell.
Para todos esos envidiosos. Tranquilo con mi flow, los mantengo. Me dicen que estás escaso, pero no tengo la voz ronca como ñengo.
Hi guys, this is Disassembling, and that is Diane. And we are using the Chubby Balls. We're going to turn this way to get our good filter. Hurry. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like me, my stupid little sister always says, we'll be back with more videos. Have a freaking awesome day.
Tanto falso que hay en esta humanidad. Yo los entiendo y sé por qué así están. Es que Supreme es tan high que no tiene ningún rival.
Alright guys, 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 alright guys,
Alright guys.
Porque se comparan con el Rey León. Yo ando de off your own. Yo no junto una canción. Tu Mercedes, yo tengo una parking en la colección.